Brighton's finest.
This is Juice.
You're coming to play in Brighton in a few days' time. I think you've got Touring the Breaks with you as well, haven't you?
We have. We have not toured with them for about, 12, 13 years.
So this is a tour related to the album, The Man Who.
Yeah, we had this album out 19 years ago, and where it's fallen, like we're between records right now. We got our last album, Everything at Once, and we figured we have some time here and some venues available for this specific show. And it's not a massively big tour. We're just going to very specific rooms all over the country in June and in December. And in between that, we'll be recording the next record. So we're kind of just sort of filling gaps. And it felt like an ideal moment to do it because it was such a big record and a lot of people, playing these shows so far, people coming up to you after shows going, oh my God, these songs were the soundtrack to my teenagehood. And the interesting thing as well that has come up that I didn't think would was just how sort of fresh the songs and sort of timeless. They don't really sound like they were from Britpop. We sort of, Travis sort of missed that. We sort of didn't sound anything that's to do with maybe the songs, also to do with Nigel Godrich being the producer. They just kind of have this nice timeless quality about them.
Yeah. So it's going back to 1999, isn't it now? 1999. Just on the cusp of the millennium. Spawned a number of big hits. For those who don't, maybe not so familiar with the band, it was a huge album at the time, wasn't it? It was your big breakthrough, I guess. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing with that album on this tour? Are you playing it in its entirety?
Yeah, we're playing it from beginning to end, like the record, with a couple of stories and where the songs come from, but it is played in order.
Yeah,
which is kind of nice because you had the big songs like Why Does It Always Rain on Me, Turn, Driftwood, Writing to Reach You. These were the big singles, and they generally find their way into the set at certain points of a general set. But when you put it in context of the record, they just become like a little song, just like all the other songs.
Yeah.
Obviously, they stand out because they're the better known songs of the album, but it's just really cool to play, to get to play it in the order it was recorded.
So some of the songs on The Man Who, are there some songs that you've never played live before?
No, we played all of them live at one time or another.
Yeah. And is there anything that you haven't played for years then? So you've dug out for the first time for a long time? Yeah,
because remember when we brought out The Man Who, it was our second album.
Yeah,
we didn't have that many songs to play anyway. So
yeah,
we were kind of like playing all of it. And then as you go on in your career, you release more records, you play less of all the albums and more of a sort of general collection. So all the songs were pretty easy to pick up because we knew them all pretty well, but just not all together in the one set.
Brighton's finest.
Jeff Hemmings.
Jeff Hemmings.
This is Brighton's finest.
So, I mean, obviously the album did incredibly well. It was a massive success commercially and also critically. And I was just looking here that at the 2010 Brit Awards, it was nominated for the Best Album of the Past 30 Years award. And you've sold over 2.5 million copies of the album, which is a ridiculously high number of albums.
Yeah, in the UK.
I haven't got the figures or the information for the previous album.
We sold 40,000 records of the previous album.
40,000, okay. And
40,000 to 2.8 million.
Yeah.
Quite a jump.
So obviously radio play must have played a big factor in that, and obviously just the fact that the songs resonated with people. They just fell in love with what you were doing.
The biggest thing was, for us, we got lucky. And we were kind of really going for it. We brought out our first album. We got a little bit of airplay, a little bit of traction at Radio 1, and then we brought out the second one. And it got a little bit more traction, but really, like when the reviews came out for the records, you were talking about reviews before, they weren't very good. They were actually the opposite of very good. They were very bad.
Right.
And we really thought that was it. We were done. We knew we'd made a good record, but we just thought, oh well, we're not going to get this. It's not even going to get out the traps. So we just kind of got on with doing the shows, and then we played Glastonbury that year in 1999.
Yeah.
And by a little fluke, it rained when we played Why Does It Always Rain on Me? And then, and I think we had a good show as well, even though we didn't think so at the time. And it sort of transformed the whole thing. I think it's whether your record does well or not is so to do with luck. Everything, every band, everyone, it's all luck is a massive part of it.
Sure. Being at the right place at the right time, like being on that Glastonbury stage when it started to rain, you were singing that song.
Totally. Yeah.
Excellent.
Brighton's finest.
Bringing the artists closer to you.